light it up, smoke it down, light it up, smoke it down, light it up, smoke it down, light it up, smoke it down. I'm up early so I'm first to smoke. The smell from the herb pouring out of my coat. Pre-session, let me roll and get it started. Fat sack in my pocket, hella guarded.
Let's rock the house, baby.
Well. The time has come for the king of coughs to meet the queen of coughs. This is the 420 710 show.
Up first, California, my soul good. My soul, good old boy.
Out on the coast where the folks live well, I was feeling good cause I was fresh out of jail. My friend had told me that the state's gone to hell. Called me from Texas, said that they had to bail. He said them laws ain't got no reason or rhyme. Just try to live and Lord, they made it a crime. So many folks just had to leave it behind. Found greener pastures, take that old Dixon line. I can't leave, I can't go. California, my soul. And my seeds, they gon' grow in these hills of gold. Got my feet on the shore where the American river flows. I can't leave, I can't go. California, my soul.
My heart's here, so I can't leave. No sirens, then I can't sleep. I wanna be in the trees where the plants breathe. About a mile from the beach is the grand scheme, where the fertilizer's hot and the seeds grow. House selling grapes, trying to keep it afloat. I'm chilling all year and I don't need no cold. Think I'm gonna miss California. Moving to Virginia, good luck with the trash. Got a crooked government, it's tough to get past. I'm hunting and I'm fishing, got a bug and a bass. I think I'm gonna miss California.
I can't leave, I can't go. California, my soul. And my seeds, they gon' grow in these hills of gold. Got my feet on the shore where the American river flows. I can't leave, I can't go. California, my soul. Now better days have come and I'm feeling fine. My money grows out in the sweet sunshine. We barely make it, but we have a good time. Somebody save me, won't you throw me a line? I can't leave, I can't go. California, my soul.
me, whoop whoop. This is my first evening official show. Welcome. It is your 5-minute warning before 7:10 in Central Time Zone. And I'll keep you. Sorry, I forgot to turn it on before I started sharing. Why? Because I'm a stoner. Coco Valens, Saren, and H. Owens,
Can I call this myself?
D.U. Ivan, and King Tensure, Born Killers.
Ha! I got sold like poltergeist. Show no mercy. My code is Cobra Kai. Next, omens and locust fly. Scope like golden eye. Cold as dolomite. You know it's I.
So, as both of you have seen, Old Man Winter has reared his ugly head here, but he's almost disappeared just as quickly as he showed up.
Sicker than puke and piss. This is what ruthless is. And plus, don't need a weapon cause we good at using fists. But usually the ones who hate and don't be doing this. Choco told me serum, yo, let's write some murder raps. I told them word is bomb and herbs, they be deserving that. Chop them in the basement, then we burn them in the furnace rap. Carol Baskin action on this track when we be serving cats.
I was born like this. I was born like this. It's a fucking house party at Minnie's Haberdashery. I got Mickey and Mallory calling me a natural. Reservoir dogs with the guns.
Welcome, Candace. How are you?
Hit them with the right cross. Turn they lights off. Rather have my legs crossed. Meditating past you. Melt into the past you.
No problem. Thank you for allowing me to simultaneously broadcast.
I don't need to huddle much. Smoke them like 2 blunts and call it double Dutch. Line the bodies with chalk. Then I call it hopscotch. No ice. Cool as it is. I'm sipping hot scotch. You ain't got a manhunt. Stand tall. Chest pats with my all.
The link is actually in the description too.
I don't even need the broom. Envisioning your doom since I was sitting in the womb. Born killer.
Well, this is my first evening show. I've stopped doing afternoon show and bumped it up an hour. So this is my first official evening show, so I'm excited.
I'm from Miami-Dade, the home of the murder rate. Live your best life, but straight up, not today. Let our 48 take your body on first 48. From my secretions,
welcome, General
like slaves in the
Deuce.
open space. Which party just like raves, got off the hit. From the tip, bullets hit, they never graze. Best to find your God, sit down.
I was able to do Token and Tannin, but we're not at the weather yet, guys. Like, we're another segment away before weather. Come on, slow down, slow down.
This Miami, light Twitter, all my people talk rounds like
can't talk weather until our weather window dog shows up.
Wits Head Bundy, chilling at Club Mansion with Charles Manson, just Hannibal Lecter, these lectures, but more pressure Tetris.
Thank you. I'm glad that it works for you, General.
Bungee jumped out my mom's vagina.
This
Umbilical
time
cord
slot
made of barbed
seems to
wire.
be
Set her
working for
placenta on fire.
everybody, which is
Vampires
what
run
I've
when
been
they see
wanting.
the raw
We know
meat,
the
that's
morning
enemy.
one
Ain't no
works for
son of me,
certain
but I'll
people.
pop you if you pull a gun on me. Think it's comedy till it becomes a tragedy.
Because it's
Shakespearean with the
afternoon on
literature
some
mastery.
parts of the
Richard
world, and
Dastardly.
it's
So whack MCs get in my
the
belly.
beginning of the
Fat
afternoon
bastard. In the role
in
of
other
angel
parts
of
of the
death,
world.
God casted me.
And it's the
I was
morning for
created
me.
the degrading of those who think they got what it takes to make it. They all like
So
Lord,
I'm
why
glad
have you forsaken
I
right before
figured
we
out
break
that
them? Gonna take much
afternoon
more than
sucks
your king's
ass
voices and men
and
to bring your
evening
spine
works
back
well.
together again.
Hold on, H, I triple H, a rapper spacing two, chainsaw lacing crews, bone killers chasing you. It's honor the racing you when the Uzi pop, bitch. They on some pop shit, this hip hop, bitch.
What was I doing? Rolling joint, and I just missed my 710 because I was chatting. So everyone will have to do a penalty dab. Happy 710 in Central.
Assassin since the age of 7 on these rappers. I'm sending to
Yeah,
heaven when we get another.
vision.
Get some seven praise for the exorcism. Pray with the reverend. I was possessed since 11. I'm always ready to crack your melon. While style of McGregor in a boxing match. Still get a boxer like the match. Dick in your girl box detached. My uterus from her pelvis is ludicrous. Well, bitch. I'm lucrative work helpless. You tumorous and helpless. Someone the future is Elvis. Could even show you rock and roll the way I get you rock and roll. Right off the Grand Canyon, right at the bottom of your fam slamming. I really can't wait to blame cannons. Murder
Happy belated 710.
in the front row, balance knock out your fronts, bro. Come out and carry talk hole. Getting stuff like Thanksgiving. You should give me dates and giving bullets to Republicans and every Democrat. Fuck your fucking rap career, your fucking demo whack. Grab a sawed off pump, throw your limo back. Fuck a fucking punchline, get you Kimbo smacked.
K-Legend, the heat maker. If I fall off, bet I'll bounce back like DVD player screensavers. You can have a beat maker using sheet paper with some keyscape.
General Diz, haven't talked to you in a while.
I don't need favors. I went from solo to a team player. Choco and
Need to
King
talk to
Canyon.
you about
Now it's
Calgary
go
show.
for these playlists. And
speaking of Calgary show, West Hall has moved into Onespot Crossing Campground.
Your 16s are teenagers, my 16's cheap labor. Once they see the brand, now the fees raising. A phenomenon, dropping bombs since I taught a bit of problem. I'm hungry for the shit on my Ramadan. You can have the largest bong and still wouldn't want the smoke. You jokers get 8, kid, that's Octomom.
Yep, and his manager and team. I thought that might get your attention. Okay, this looks like it's a cold stop. So up next is Spoken Word by David Icke, is definitely telling us something.
Our perceptions become our reality all the time. A little me mind lives a little me life. The cult does not want us to know that, because suddenly we start to realize that there's not
Why, thank
some
you,
external
Occult
force
93.
or random chance all the time. A little me mind lives a little me life. A mind that sees itself in much greater terms lives a life in much greater terms. Our perceptions, not least of self, become our experience. Now, this cult knows that. That's why it wants to control our perception. It wants to control the information, which becomes our perception. Our perception becomes our behavior. Collective behavior becomes human society. You control perception, you control the nature of human society. As human perceptions become human experience.
I only pollute people's
whole
ear hole for an
foundation
hour a day.
is
I don't
to
believe in controlling things much.
Keep us in ignorance of who we are and to keep us, in terms of the greater self, fast asleep. Fast asleep where? In the five senses. The five senses that perceive the world and say, can I see it, touch it, taste it?
5-minute warning before 4:20 in
okay,
Anchorage.
It exists then. If I can't,
I repeat, 5-minute warning before 4:20 in Anchorage.
We are multi-dimensional.
Hey, I remembered that.
Entities, multi-dimensional consciousness. The five sense level, which perceives this world and gets mesmerized by it, is only one level. It's the level that directly interacts with the reality we call human. In fact, the way the body decodes information is human. It's what we call human. But there's infinite levels of us that we can tap into and see and get insight into the world of the five senses, which the five senses alone will never get, because they're in this world and they're of it, and they are only perceiving of it.
Psychedelics. Help.
And as I
did I say that, folks?
As I studied this cult and its
Thank you,
modus
Mark.
operandi, I realized what the foundation of it was. And that is to isolate human perception of self and reality in the five senses. And if you think of a computer being the five sense level of reality, human mind, and the operator being expanded levels of consciousness, you're in an ideal situation then, because the operator and the computer are interacting. The operator's got the bigger picture. The computer then experiences.
We know how
directly,
Mary feels about
internet.
my
and you've got this
Fred Furious frequency getting out to the public.
Interaction.
So thank you, Mark,
wants to
and General.
Is to get in that space between the operator and the computer, and actually appropriate given current events, to basically put a computer virus in the five senses. And in terms of humans, the five sense mind is responding to the computer virus, the nature of which I'll come to in a second. And expanded levels of consciousness are not having any influence. And what that does is put the five sense human mind into a state of extraordinary levels of myopia. And so when people come along and they talk about reality in a much more expanded way.
Yeah, I guess you could say it's like Hitchcock.
Or they talk about world events in a much more expanded way.
I never thought of it that way, but yeah.
The people in power are not actually the people in power.
2020,
go back into the shadows to find that.
2021,
So
tongue-tied version of it.
this cult wants to hold people, wants to hold the target population in that, what I call five sense bubble, that five sense prison cell. Look at the education system. Well, they call it that. And you'll see it's basically all about the five senses. It's stimulating the five senses all the time, and it going into expanded areas of possibility. Five senses, five senses, five senses. Learn. Absorb, download.
Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale.
You look at the media, it's all five senses. You look at government, it's all based on the five senses, all of it. The whole system is based on the five senses, because the cult has to keep us there to stop us expanding into our greater self, the true I, the eternal I, of which the five senses are just an experiential level for a short time called human. And when the body cycle is over, that which is experiencing consciousness moves on. And that's why near-death experiences experience a very different reality once they leave the body.
Died three times.
The reality that we're experiencing is just the way the body decodes reality. And like I say, the way the body decodes reality.
Well, that's
is what we call
later on in the show. We'll get to that, Brandy.
If you're in the body of an elephant, then the elephant
rush
will
things. We're stoners
decode
here.
reality
We
based
take
on the
it slowly.
information processing system of the body of the elephant and the genetic system of the elephant. So it perceives as an elephant and acts like an elephant. But when you leave the body, you're leaving that information processing system, and so you're no longer human. You are a much more expanded state of consciousness. And what the cult doesn't want is for us to realize any of that. These are the key things that are held in the secret society network. Secret society network, so they're kept secret from the population. They want the population to think that they are just little me, have no power, and either they're subject to the diktats of some god, or there's no point to their lives. You're just better get through it and do what we say. And so this process of isolating humanity in the five senses and separating the separation, this is the key, separating the five sense perception from greater reality, greater self, the true I, is the whole foundation of the conspiracy. Always has been. And now we're seeing the next stage of that emerging. And this is what this is really about, of connecting the human body and the human brain to artificial intelligence. And so the idea of connecting the AI to the human body, the human brain, is that AI becomes the human mind. And AI will be operating only in the five sense level. It's a whole human perception in the five sense level indefinitely.
I've been paying attention to comments and not the time. Happy 420 in Anchorage, Alaska.
Why do people who awaken, as it's called, start to see themselves and the world differently, and as it moves on, very different? Been there, done that. It's because they first of all open their minds. What does that mean? They open the five senses to other possibilities. They don't just look at what you can see, touch, taste, etc., and what comes directly through the mainstream media and governments and teachers, who are often more mesmerized than their bloody kids they're supposed to be teaching. They allow other possibilities in.
Dear soldiers, Lowe's Alexander.
All of a sudden, I heard a bang, I couldn't for nothing, a dirt full of guts and all of our blood, it turned into mud. I'm dying because Joe Biden refused to pick us up. You promised you would be good, but that's a lie, and serving for you was like suicide. You left us behind, but you denied it. I'm feeling the pain now, it's sprinkling blood from the bomb as it rains down. I feel so betrayed now, I'm missing my family going away now. Don't know what to say now, I'm closing my eyes, I'm dizzy, my mind is spinning, I'm losing my time, I'm finished, I can't even move my spine, I'm twitching, it must be the nerves, I'm seeing the light. Lord, forgive me for all of my sins, I'm coming to visit tonight. Or maybe I'll stay, I doubt that I live, the odds for me isn't right. And I'm only 20 and want me some kids, or maybe the family life. You took it away, my body's decaying while looking at somebody's life get taken away. There's 12 of the soldiers, I'm closing my eyes tonight. I'm praying that this isn't real, but I can hear Taliban's creeping behind me, making sure all of us dead. I hope they don't find me, trying to be silent, but I can't breathe, I think that they found me, damn.
I know that you just wanna come home today.
Yes, I is an alien.
We'll find a way home.
And a foreigner in a street.
I know that you feel so far away, but you gotta fight to come home.
soldier. I know you can't hear me, you're already dead. So much blood in your lungs, so I had to put a bullet straight to your head. Don't worry about nothing, your family's safe. I got them in cuffs and strapped to a bomb before they get raped in front of the public, and nobody's safe, and now you can't save them. I hope you can hear me in spirit. America's taking the fall today, Ain't shit you can do about it, cause we taking over everything in the bank, Joe Biden is paying us, been working for China, been doing it day one. It's us against y'all and y'all against us. You losing the battle today, Welcome to the new world order. Everything changes from this day forward, and fuck your borders. We'll traffic your children and kill them for nothing. America's bluffing. Your leader ain't shit, he's soft as a pillow. But we armadillos with all of these shells and all of the gears. Your president left it for us in the ghetto. The world is in fear. We riding around in your tanks heavy metal. The Taliban's here. So rest in hell and fuck your military, cause we killing everything, moving military, we shooting shit, yeah.
I know that you just wanna come home today, and we'll find a way home. I know that you feel so far away, but you gotta fight to come home.
4-minute warning before dab 30. Pay attention to the clock now, because Dixie's barking too.
Dear Taliban, I know you can hear this, cause you're not dead yet. I'm smelling your fear, yeah. Bitch, you really thought you can kill my friend and take our shit, cause Biden gave it to you and you're working for China with this assignment. You should be ashamed, y'all fucking mindless. This is for the troops and everybody who passed and gave their life to the freedom flag, and the veterans, the whole military. This situation's finna get scary, you should be afraid, cause now I got your life and it's resting in my hands and I'm pro-life. But in this case you have no right to be alive. Tell me where the keys at. I know you got most of our Hummers and tanks. Tell me where your peeps at. Before I get crazy, I don't wanna play. I'll shoot you in the kneecap and torture your body until you can say everything that I need, Jack. I'm not even playing, cause I'm about to spray the disrespect that we had to take from these commies, and now this. And all 13 of my soldiers are here now, and we about to get lit. So you got a choice, so you better tell us, so we can just empty the whole clip. But I got a bomb strapped to my waist, I'm killing us all, I ain't saying shit.
President Biden has stood by his decision to withdraw American troops from Afghanistan by Tuesday. NBC's Ali Vitale is at the White House with more. Ali, good morning.
Willie, good morning. A solemn Sunday as the remains of those fallen U.S. service members make their way back to the United States, arriving at Dover Air Force Base this morning. They're a dignified transfer for the 13 U.S. troops killed in Kabul this week, most of them children when the war in Afghanistan began nearly 2 decades ago.
One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Today's weather window forecast, we did get up to 9 degrees.
I would like to run you over with my
truck.
It's an 18-wheeler, so you're fucked. I got 40 tons behind me and a grill guard in the front.
There's still clear skies, which is not good because I didn't get the heaters working for the chicken coops. Sorry, Dixie was distracting me. Okay, D.
When big tech censors opinion for some, but not for others, it's a dark day for free speech. We allow it. Freedom of debate and conversation should not be cancelled. Your freedom to think should not be extinguished. Uncancelled.
If you haven't signed the description or the link in the bottom of the description, the petition it takes you to, please do, and share far and wide. Good old boys, Twang and Road, the naughty northern, no place like home.
Hang up the day, all the work's done. We gotta find a way to get me a person. Got no place to go. No place like home.
Bourbon, suburban, bumping at bourbons and lax. No limit to my sipping of that bourbon out back. We all gathered around the homestead, throwing them back. Horseshoes with that ringer, sinking cornhole sacks. Half blue ribbon on the chicken with them sauces and it's hidden. Forget about the world, it just keeps on spinning. Country boys and girls and we just keep on winning. Rocking all across the world and we just keep on living it up.
Today they've also been cutting down some tall pine trees, so they're out of the way for the greenhouse in the springtime. But yeah, the propane tanks are working, but I have to figure out something for the heaters. The one heater, one camper, and just a direct line going in, and I have to figure out where that line goes and how to hook it all up. So they're good. The poor birds are going to be without heat again, but there's enough of them, they can huddle together.
Let the fire glow. Hang up the day, all the work's done. We gotta find a way to get me a person. Got no place to go. No place like home.
You can hear me coming down the road. No place anywhere quite like home. Rather your family, friend or foe. Kinfolk know where the buffalo roam. Big rigs, listening. We blow out smoke and distillate. Got a new spot, let's Christian it. A hot one there, she's signaling. Good times, good vibes. Birds fly high, I'm missing it. Got no place to go. There's no place quite like home. Lay my head where I roam. Bass is bumping, tires are humming. Peace pipes are puffing. Hits I'm a hunting.
Chief and locking in the air, rolling on the Indian chief on his beats in the streets, feel the heat. Ain't no place like home where the bluegrass grows and the wildcats roam. Yeah, we rolling on it homegrown, working till the day's done. Now it's time to have some fun. Pull up with a handle and we'll sip it till we see the sun. But for right now, you know it's on and popping in the hillside, rocking. Got them country folks flocking. Come on.
Hand me a cold one, old son. Listen, I can hear my kinfolks 1 ton coming down the road. Let the fire glow. Hang up the day, all the work's done. We gotta find a way to get me a person. Got no place to go. No place like home.
Good old boys, twanging road.
One old son, listen, I can hear my kinfolks 1 ton coming down the road. Let the fire glow.
Oh, so sorry. Same song. Hey,
Day, all the work's done.
it was put in by a different artist.
Got no place to go.
This is a shorter version. You didn't like that, huh? Torturing Dixie, eh? Hey, no.
Chicken with them sauces and it's hidden. Forget about the world, it just keeps on spinning. Country boys and girls and we just keep on winning. Rocking all across the world and we just keep on living it up.
And I will never be better off. I won't sell my soul to take the pressure off. I drink enough to feel a metal trough. They don't even call the doctors, they just let them call. I guess my life ain't half bad. My son got a hook shot, he got it from his granddad. And even though we got laughed at, we were hella thankful just to have that. Come on.
Let me a cold one, old son. Listen, I can hear my kinfolks 1 ton coming down the road. Whoa. Let the fire glow. Whoa. Hang up the day, all the work's done. We gotta find a way to get me a person. Got no place to go. No place to go. No place like home. No place like home.
Bet you can hear me coming down the road. No place anywhere quite like home. Rather your family, friend or foe. Kinfolk know where the buffalo roam. Big rigs, listening. We blow out smoke and distillate. Got a new spot, let's Christian it. A hot one there, she's signaling. Good times, good vibes. Birds fly high, I'm missing it. Got no place to go. There's no place quite like home. Lay my head where I roam. Bass is bumping, tires are humming. Peace pipes are puffing. Hits I'm a hunting.
Chiefin' like an Indian, rolling on the Indian. Chief on his beats in the streets, feel the heat. Ain't no place like home where the bluegrass grows and the wildcats roam. Yeah, we rolling on it homegrown, working till the day's done. Now it's time to have some fun. Pull up with a handle and we'll sip it till we see the sun. But for right now, you know it's on and popping and the hillside rocking. Got them country folks flocking. Come on.
Hand me a cold one, old son. Listen, I can hear my kinfolks 1 ton coming down the road. Whoa. Let the fire glow. Whoa. Hang up the day, all the work's done. We gotta find a way to get me a person. Got no place to go. Whoa. No place like home.
I say, KG Santega featuring the Young Disciples and Ginger Santega.
I say,
God, I thank you, Daddy, you my father, I say. For never giving up and made me stronger, I say. Demons getting slayed up on the altar, I say.
yeah, thank you, Jesus, I say. Thank you, Jesus, I say. Patience for Jesus, I wait. Wait for Jesus, I wait. Through God, these walls gonna shake. Yeah, these walls gonna shake. Like, yeah, to Jesus, I pray. Yeah, to Jesus, I pray. This path of blur, gotta keep it straight. Took 3 nails, died for my faith. Dirty devil don't sleep, don't take no breaks. I ask for more, he fill my plate. Sing this verse, Psalm 98. Gotta preach that word, gotta reach them gates. Spirit pure, gotta keep it safe. My faith, he built these doubts, he take. Yeah, all of these demons, we lock in a cage. City to city, from block to block. So many heathens, they walk with a 9. But trust me, through Jesus, I'm walking in faith. Asking for Jesus to send me the sign. His love is repetitive every day. I trust in the Father and Spirit, I grind. I know the song gon' get a heavenly play.
Praising God through these times. Praising God to the day that I die. I'ma give it to my Father when I need him. I praise him every day and every night and every season. I'ma give it to God. I promise that I'm gonna praise him. I'ma give it to God. I give it to him cause I know he's my maker. I'ma give it to God. This whole world is his whole creation. I'ma give it to God. Just stay still cause you gotta be patient.
I say,
God, I thank you, Daddy, you my father, I say. For never giving up and made me stronger, I say. Demons getting slayed up on the altar, I say. And I say, God, when I scream your God, when I scream your God.
I don't know how many people are here or not here, and on which platform. At this present time, they've been sliding in and out. It's really hectic. I really like it.
We slaying demons, always fiending for my eye, God. Give it to Jesus, walk like Peter for my eye, God. And I said, God, I need you, God. When I call out, I'ma need you, God. I need you, God. When I call out, I'ma need you, God.
I say, I'm just so thankful for ya. My heart is happy for ya. There's nothing better than ya. I say, my family's grateful for ya. We fight in frontline for ya. Demons we ain't captured for ya. We fighting now. Can't hold us down. I say.
God, I thank you, Daddy, you my father, I say. For never giving up and made me stronger, I say. Demons getting slayed upon the altar, I say.
I thank you, baby, Lord, for holding me down. I once was lost, but then you came into my life. Now I am found. So how can I ever repay you? Respect you, love you, obey you. I'm sorry for trying to play you, but love you. You saved my family, took me from insanity. You hold me down like gravity, spoiled me rotten, no cavity. King of King, your majesty. I don't know what was attached to me. That monkey was on the back of me, literally attacking me. But he can't stop me, though. Might get messy like sloppy Joe. Tell the devil he gotta go. Santiago the prodigal.
Coming up next, it's already happening, but people don't see it.
You know, we've been led into a society where all creative potential is being removed from the human condition, where you're simply not going to be allowed to think anything that the government doesn't want you to think. So therefore, you're not going to be able to create anything the government doesn't want you to create. We're going to see no development of genius, no development of free expression, no development of new forms of art, new forms of anything. You know, it's kind of like the human race getting in this position where you think, oh, look, we've already done it all now. There's nothing new that could possibly be invented. They actually said this back in the 1800s and the 1900s, that we've done it all now. There's nothing new could possibly be invented.
Almost.
And look where we are now.
It is almost gone.
But you're taking all this away from the human condition. You're taking all type of personal input away from people's lives
Need
by
to
moving
pray
them
for the
into
birds.
this digital
Propane
reality.
tanks didn't
But it really does begin to go a long way to
function the way I
explain why we are
wanted them
moving
to,
so
I have
far
to do some
away from
maintenance
that
on them
with
tomorrow.
everything that we're doing
The
with
tanks
this
are
digital
working fine,
reality
but
that's
yeah,
being rolled out. The question is, how do we stop it?
We're not
How do we
having
stop it? Well,
roasted
half of the battle,
hens
folks,
and
is, as I said,
rooster
making
ahead
people
of
aware of the
schedule.
information, just
I
helping
want
people
the
become aware of
eggs
the information,
first.
talking about things, asking questions.
So
And when
I have to do some
politicians roll out
maintenance
this
tomorrow, so
legislation,
they
we
have to
don't
top it
actually
out
just
another
have to go
night. And
along
same
with it.
with
We could
the
say no.
ducks
And if
and
they
the
say,
geese.
well, no, you're not able to do that, we're going to make you do it, well, we'll form our own societies and we'll do things our own way without them. We don't need to participate in their reality if we don't want to.
The ducks and
folks.
geese are really
That's the thing.
liking
Yeah, there is a
their
choice. The
larger
problem is that people
quarters.
just don't believe they have
No,
one
they got
because
the
they have no
whole
faith in
camper and
themselves
they
and they have no real respect
aren't making
or
a mess
rapport
of
with the
things,
people around
and
them.
they
So
seem
if they
to
do
be
step
liking
outside
it
the
and
box,
liking me
they're afraid
more
no one's going
because
to
they
step
got
outside the box with them. And
better
generally
living
nobody will,
accommodations.
because they've never developed these relationships with the people around
Till
them. They never put common
the cold
unity
weather kicked
into
in
their
and well.
community, which is something that I've been suggesting for the last 12 years. It's kind of interesting looking at all this, you know.
I'm not the
because
only one
all
yelling.
the solutions
Let's
that
just
we've
put it
got, I
this
mean,
way.
these
The
are things that I
roosters and
suggested
the
12 years ago
ganders,
when I first came on here, 11 or
and
12
I are
years ago.
all saying
And
fuck.
now I see the situation the world is in now. And if people had put these plans into effect back then when I first suggested that they do it, if they'd got themselves self-sufficient and put gardens in when I suggested they had, if they had developed rapport with the local community around them and built that respect for the people around them so they could all stand up together now, then they would be a force to be reckoned with. Now, it's got to the point now that, you know, we're back kind of at the wall, folks, and we've got to put this into action now, and we've got to stand up and make our voices heard, or we're just going to go the way we're going.
I can,
you know,
but
and
the
we're going to end
problem
up in the direction that we're
is
headed.
I have
You
to
know, and
run
if
a
we can't
generator
stop
or I
this,
have to
then
get
we are
solar
just going to be rolled
panels,
into
which I
this
haven't got
digital
to run
reality.
the
Then what we're
batteries
going to have to
to
do is
run
try
the
to find
lights.
ways of maneuvering ourselves within it where we can still
I
maintain
have
some
the
sort of
lights,
sense of
the heat
freedom.
lamps, in and
I
of
think the easiest way to
themselves.
do that, folks, would be to get out of the cities.
But without the
You're
solar
certainly not
system
going
to
to have much of a
charge them,
sense
I
of
have to
freedom
run
if
a
you're still living in
generator.
a city once all of this comes online. And why it's become so difficult for us to get any focus on these things, why it's so difficult for us to even comprehend these things now, to comprehend these ways of thinking, simply because we're not taught these ways of thinking. And I would suggest also
These are
because
not
we've had our
giggling
language
ganders.
changed
They
to
are
the
cursing,
degree that we're not able to
swearing,
convey
hissing.
spiritual understandings to people anymore. Not even able to convey them to ourselves because we think in terms of language and we don't have the words within our language to explain
The ducks are less
spiritual
pissy than the
concepts
ganders.
we're trying to understand, to explain the inner feelings we have, the inner psychological makeup that we have, the deep connection that we feel to things, that something that is there that we don't know how to explain, that we all have. We all have this feeling. And again, it's because we think in language. And the words to explain these things, I would suggest, have been removed from our language very, very deliberately. But looking at what we've got now in relation to what we had, and looking at the way this culture is being moulded, it becomes very, very interesting because you can see that there is a deliberate dumbing down and removal of any type of real spiritual connection that's being carried out against the people of this earth now on a mass scale, and it's happening right around the world. Simply by the shifting of priorities within people, the shifting of perspectives within people, and the subtle and gradual changing of people's language. This is having a huge impact on people as well. I think the change in people's language is extremely important. Because as I said, if you change people's language and you remove certain words from their language that explain certain spiritual concepts, then how can they even ever understand these concepts? How can they even be aware that these concepts exist? How can they ever understand the inner feelings that they have if there are no words to describe them? But, you know, it's happening right around the world. Everybody is drawn to this sort of place, and everyone is drawn to the flash and pizzazz of technology, and it is the technology that's leading us into this dystopia. And it's happening everywhere. It's happening in the jungle. It's happening in third world countries. You can go to the jungle in Peru. You can go to the Philippines. Go to some of these incredibly poor cultures. And kids may not have a decent home to live in. They may be living in a tin shelter or whatever, but they'll still have the latest cell phone. And they'll still judge you by what sort of model cell phone you have. You know, they generally judge people by the tech. And through the tech, they are drawn to places with the brightest lights and the brightest technology. They're all drawn to Hollywood, that sort of Hollywood mentality anyway. And they're all drawn into this system. We've seen a huge breakdown even in the family units in places like the Philippines through the technology.
They were giving me eggs until it started to get cold.
They had to do it gradually. Through the breakdown
They've said, fuck that idea. However, the ducks are still producing eggs, which I'm really impressed.
And all the stuff
so I really want to get taken care of them before I take care of the hens.
Introduce that
they're still
mentality
producing
and
eggs,
introduce
and
the
I love their
technology
eggs.
into third world cultures to be able to lead them into it a lot quicker than the way they did with us. You know, they kind of practiced with us and they got the methodology worked out and they got it refined, but once it was refined and they had the technology in place, all you need is the tech to be able to put it in place in other countries. This is why when you go around the world, you go to the third world, you notice the third world is around about 20 or 30 years behind the Western world, but it isn't just in the development, it's also in the mentality and the technology and even the toys the kids are using. Getting people away from the tech long enough for them to realise this is the problem. If people could just pull their eyes away from the television, pull their eyes away from their cell phones, pull their heads out of this economic model that they're forced to comply with all the time. You know, people are so busy running on the treadmill that they just don't get time to look around them. And even when they do have time, they don't want to look around them. They don't want to know. They just want to have some time to relax, because most people are too terrified to find out what's really going on in the world, because if they know, it may mean that they have to do something
get to abuse.
And if they don't do something about it, well, they might feel a little bit uncomfortable about themselves. They don't want that. They just want to go away. Just leave me be. Let me get through life. I'm in a position where this works for me. Leave me alone. That is unfortunately the attitude of most people.
I have some lined up. It's just
but
working with
the reason I feel that way is because life is a grind and
to
it's
get
getting
everything
harder,
coordinated.
and it's getting harder and harder, so they need to maintain focus so they can get through. But it's just going to keep getting harder and harder because they think that they need to maintain focus so they can just get through, when if they stopped and said, hey, I just realised we don't actually have to do any of this, and that the world is run by criminals and all of the hardship I'm suffering is being done by design, then they would find that they actually can get through. You know, it's people's unwillingness to look at the reality of the world which is really causing a huge part of the problem. And if people would simply tear their eyes away from the grind and realise the beauty of themselves and the power that they have to actually change things, we could change things. And that's been the frustrating part through all of this, through the shows over the years, is just seeing how simple it would be to change the world.
No one is on Facebook right now.
How prepared many people are to do it. That's
At
all I've
least
ever done,
not
folks, is try
talking
to
to
encourage people
We
to
are
do that. Try to
live
encourage
still.
people to be themselves, to discover themselves, and to stand up for themselves. And all I can do is offer you perspectives, and hopefully it will lead towards that goal. And that's been my main agenda and my main objective since starting this show 11 or 12 years ago, folks, just to help people find themselves, because once they do that, they can really discover what freedom means. And once they do that, then
Of
we
course,
can all be
my
free.
story
And
times
won't that
are
be a wonderful
always
place to be?
my
As
story
often said, folks, I
times.
just want to be free, and I can't be free
Reach
until you're free. And
anyone's
so I do everything I can to try to encourage that within people.
state, wherever they're at, whether it be a little bit or big, and it doesn't infringe on anyone in a politically incorrect way. Jody and the High Rollers, Husky.
When everybody's looking down on me, I hope God's looking down on me too. Watching me hug my huskies, making sure that they still love me. Cause when the world comes tumbling down, and everybody's walking around with their hand out, cause I'm the man now, I hope God's looking down on me too. Didn't ask for this.
Congratulations, Rocky Brown.
And I prayed for it.
A new group nickname for the groups, L.O. Lucky Frog, won the 100th message trophy from Restream. I haven't seen that trophy pop up in a long time. It's been a good show, folks.
Everybody's looking down on me. I hope God's looking down on me too. Watching me hug my husky, making sure that they still love me.
I guess this time slot does work, so Chrissy, you're gonna have to deal with it.
Everybody's walking around with their hand out, cause I'm the man now.
Dee was here too, Chrissy, just so you know. She had that phone call come in.
When the show comes to an end, taking pictures for their Instagram. I had enough for the whiskey and gin. These hotel walls keep closing in. And I can see the 4 horsemen riding in with the hair in the wind. I prayed to God last night as I held my huskies tight under moonlight.
My Cannabis Group, Fred Fury, Frequency, my page, my profile,
I hope God's looking down on me too. Watching me hug my husky, making sure that they still love me. Cause when the world comes tumbling down, and everybody's walking around with their hand out, cause I'm the man now.
KM420 Radio, Worldwide Juggalo 420 Lounge or something. Another 420 Lounge. I did see Juggalo Island, but I didn't know if I should post it there because I didn't know if you were going to come in and do it. Aside from that one, no. Kota, the friend, scapegoat.
and I wouldn't pop up. 3 days and 3 nights later, like I was Lazarus. Water me with the drama. I shoulder all of your trauma. That got absolutely nothing to do with me. It's an honor. I know some people wanna put two in me. That ain't new to me. Envy in their eyes. I'm only doing what's true to me. My flow is froze. You ain't getting close with 32 degrees of separation. You don't even know my type of dedication.
My group is, no matter what you change your name to,
generate passive dollars for generations.
Well, adjust. It's Facebook.
And never resort to degradation. I got these scars from war. These ain't for decoration. Thick skin, moving with love. Peace is my destination. Made it with people around me saying you'll never make it. Now they get the point. I don't need to hear the exclamation. I forgive a hater. I tell them to save the explanations. I enjoy the ironic vanity in your demonstrations. I've been off the grid with my family, seeing shit that you could probably see if you wasn't fixated on me. I'm on the record really having these conversations for free. Giving you my hard-earned lessons, knowledge and grief, making noise. Something like an automatic weapon. I'm spraying it from my chest till the chopper coming for me. They dream of rapping like me and I run a track in my sleep. No exaggeration, I wrote this shit in my sheets. Wake up when I wanna, fly to Paris when I wanna. I don't really got a ceiling, the definition of free. And freedom come with bravery, word to Harriet Tubman. And freedom like my coffee, I need it daily to function. And bravery is simply a vital function for love. October baby coming, it's time to bring out the pumpkins. I made all of my dreams come true, so now it's time to pay it forward, it's a feast come through. I waded through those muddy waters and pulled myself out that quicksand. To get the shit I got, my people need some too. I put the work in on my mind, I had to see something new. I share my journey with my people here, read something cool. It make me happy when I hear that it's helping you in your growth. Cause I know that feeling well, and you should feel that too. And I've been calling for these sunny days. Good kids, solid woman, houses and my money straight. I know my dad love me, he just show it in a funny way. Even when it's raining, I treat it like it's my lucky day. I don't give a fuck what you think of me and my funny face. That's another level of freedom, thank you, humiliation. The devil never lets you go without a battle, and battle is what you need to make it to where it's royal and green. Taking the scene, it's a dream.
This is a mad rap beat.
Remember, folks, stay more lifted and elevated than the problems that may present themselves to you this evening. I'd like to thank KM 420 Radio, Worldwide Jungle, for allowing Fred Fury Frequency to simultaneously broadcast on their platform. Be safe, stay sick, sanitize, wash your balls and fanny, and make sure you hydrate.
Well, well, well. The time has come for the King of Coughs to meet the Queen of Coughs. This is the 420 710 show. Whoa.
Everything ends. And it's always sad. But everything begins again too. And that's always happy.
And it